Good morning, friends. Today is Friday, September 7, 2018. My name is Shaneka Raymore, and this is your Friday reflection. My little children, let us love, not in words or speech, but in truth and action. First John chapter 3 and verse 18. Do you recall your days at primary school level? In a classroom setting, a teacher would say, a verb is, and the entire class would reply, a verb is an action word. That is perfectly right. A verb is an action word, and the word love is a verb. I am mindful of the English scholars, therefore, I will say that the word love can be an adjective or a noun. This is dependent upon the function of the word in any particular sentence. In this case, the word love is a verb. And as long as we are walking with Christ Jesus, the word will remain a verb. As I reflected on today's text, I recall many times in my life that I heard these words, I love you. Very few times I recall those words being put into action. First John chapter 3 was written in an effort to urge Christians to become more like Christ. John expressed in the chapter that our actions should prove that we are united in love. Here, John in verse 18. Let us love, not in word or speech, but in truth and action. What a profound statement. Very well said. Friends, it is okay to say I love you, but it must come from a place of truth. If what we say is true, then our actions will agree with our words and speech. Jesus himself was a prime example of demonstrating action of love in the most beautiful way. He gave up his life for you and I. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man would lay down his life for his friends. This is the verb of which I speak so passionately, the only verb that was demonstrated in such a meaningful way, impacting and transforming lives. Glory be to God. The truth is this, brothers and sisters. We have become so accustomed to saying that we love persons instead of showing it. We tell our family, our friends, church folks, and others, I love you, but we see a need and we look away. This is what John was talking to the Christians about. We cannot love in words and fancy speeches. It must be in truth and action. One might ask, but how do I show this love? You see a need and you find all means necessary to fill it. Jesus is not asking us to carry the sins of the world. All he requires is that we act kindly, patiently, be truthful, do not boast, do not envy, help someone as we travel along, and remember that love is a verb, not just another action word. It requires many actions. I want to encourage us today. Look around. Are there any needs that needs to be filled? Is there any one you might know today that will not have breakfast or will not have dinner? Do you see any sister or brother who seems overwhelmed by life challenges? It is this time that it calls for the verb to love. It is this time that we should put into action the word love. Let us not form committees to discuss these matters. If we say we love, let us begin to live it and not just say it. Love is a verb. A verb is an action word. Until next week, a verb is an action word. Now go show someone you truly love them. Much love.